compared to a year ago when he was a freshman All-American. Here we go. And they'll have to let this one fly out of the back of the end zone and bring it out to the 25-yard line. That half second more. Woody Marks.
Oh.
And they gave Woody nothing in a loss of 2 that Miller Moss has to work with. Second down and 11. It's Moss' first throw. Down the middle and got it complete. And it's a first down throw to Kyron Hudson. Just shy of the 38-yard line. Pressure coming. Swing pass. Marks. Better get on it.
Yep.
Yep.
Very, very close
for the Trojans. Second down at 10. Marks. Little shimmy shake. Got back across the original. Quick throw down the middle. Incomplete. Broken up. Was intended for Kyron Hudson. Penn State with a return on, no rush on the punter. And going to take a nice roll for the Trojans down around just outside the 10-yard line. So is Tyler Warren, the tight end, H-back, fullback, whatever you want to call him. This is Singleton. Back. First run is good for a first down. Great 1-2 punch for the Nittany Lions. Here's a toss. And this time USC does a nice job. Short game that time.
Yeah, Tyler Warren's going to get a completed pass on that one from the Wildcat position. Again, using Warren everywhere. You can see that so far Penn State's giving you a look of everything they got.
Now he's out wide as a screen pass with his wide receivers leading the blocking. He's not easy to bring down either. Third down at 3. Aller, quick slant, got it, complete. Warren, first down. You saw the numbers of all those positions entering the day. First down at 10. Aller coming near side this time, completes it to Liam Clifford. There's the backs and receivers. And this is Katron Allen this time. Second down and short. They've mixed it. 3 runs, 3 passes so far. And the quarterback, Bo Perbula, in there. A lot of guys are finding it out when he's in motion.
Pretty sure, and I think I got to give credit to Braden.
That's Tyler Warren in motion. Drew Aller says, I can't hear, and that's a fake as full on the wings. Aller in a shotgun. Wants a throwback to Warren and got it. Blockers in front. Tyler Warren straight down the middle. First and goal, Nittany Lions.
First and goal. Singleton in the middle of the pile. Very little gain, if any.
Gawane right there.
He wants the ball. Aller. He's going to try to run for it. Oh, what a collision at the 1-yard line. And now Nick Singleton in the backfield. Warren on the wing. 2 wideouts. One way. Looking to the left. Throwing to the left. Tyler Warren didn't get there. And the Trojans come up with one more stop. 4th and goal at the 2. Aller. Quick throw. Tyler Warren. Touchdown.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 3. 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. 4th down.
Gonna call it on Julian Fleming.
So one of the things that Lincoln Riley talked about in this game with that tough loss a week ago, that his team needed to kind of do what the fight song is. Fight on.
Yeah.
A lot of things have gone wrong, but if they just fight on, they got a chance. Got it all the way to 4th down, and there you see. Blocking downfield while the ball was in the air. Good call.
Ryan Barker in now for a field goal attempt, and field goals have not been automatic for Penn State this year, although he is 2 for 2, making his debut a week ago against UCLA. From 34 yards out to open the scoring. And it's up and it's perfect. Get away from Zachariah Branch on the opening kick. And they did again.
Yeah.
Bring him in motion here to the near side on first down from the 25. Walker Lions in the backfield. It's an end around. They fake it to Branch. And on the keeper, Quentin Joyner. Joyner in a foot race with a secondary at Penn State. And he won it. Touchdown, USC. In for the point after.
14 plays, 1 play.
And you've got the lead. 7-3.
The wide receiver to the outside goes deep. There's nobody to cover the edge of this defense. One mistake inside, one cut, nobody there. Perfect call at the perfect time.
And A.J. Harris thought he had an angle at the end, but Quentin Joyner had the better of that at a 75-yard touchdown run. Little indecision back there about whether they wanted to field that or not. They just didn't put the final nail in the board at the end and had to settle for a field goal. And now a little bit of option here. And Nick Singleton runs hard for about 7, and he's right now going to take the snap in the shotgun. And he's going to throw with the left hand, and he got it out complete at the 42-yard line. And Katron Allen for a tough 3 or 4. We haven't set the defense for USC. And they're going to blitz here on 2nd down and 7. Aller throws a strike complete in the shotgun. 3rd down and 3. Aller getting a little pressure on him this time. Down the middle, incomplete. Now they're going to shift Tyler Warren into the backfield.
It's not a bad move. Movement by the offensive tackle that time. Anthony Donko, number 68.
The punter for Penn State from Melbourne, Australia, and the kick. Branch takes under around the 10-yard line with a fair catch. 1st down at the 11-yard line for USC. Woody Marks, the tailback with Miller Moss. He gets the carry and got about 3, maybe 4. Tight end Eldridge on the move now, settles in on the right side.
Again, because of the weakness at tackle, they put these guys in the H position to help.
Moss on the move to his right, throws a dart complete in the 1st down. Woody Marks, a little hesitation, then follows his blockers, bangs into his blockers, and goes for a 12 and a 1st down. Coach Riley told you and Jenny and I yesterday, I think the strength of our team is our tailbacks. I started arguing with him because I love his wide receivers, but Woody Marks and Quentin Joyner are making him look pretty good so far here in the 1st quarter. Play fake, down the middle, and a strike again, and that one Deuce Robinson. Lead heading into the 2nd quarter. Long touchdown run by Quentin Joyner, 75 yards. A long scoring drive and a field goal by Penn State. Looked like it was going to be sort of a flea flicker. Woody Marks says, I'm taking off with this thing, and he's still going. Oh, and then got collared at the end of the play to the 37-yard line.
I might go with Lincoln's vote here on most valuable player, by the way.
He's doing okay. Here he comes again. Woody Marks off to the races. And Woody knocked out of bounds, but not till he gets to the 10-yard line. USC at the 9-yard line. Makai Lemon in motion, sets up in the slot. Moss, Joyner, touchdown. 9 yards, 2nd time number 0's been in the end zone today.
Trojan offense coming.
Extra point is good. Back on the other end, waiting on the kick. And they watch it go out of the back of the end zone. Singleton in the backfield with Drew Aller on 1st down. Nittany Lions from the 25. Fakes it one way, comes back to the screen to Singleton on the other side. And he got 5. 2nd down and 6. Extra rusher. Now they back out of it. The throw is a little bit high. Incomplete. Aller backs into the shotgun. Tyler Warren, the motion man. See if they go to him. Aller, plenty of time. Throws. That one's intercepted. Picked off. Desmond Stevens, a linebacker. And he's still going. Stevens.
And right there is Anthony Lucas, right where he wants to go. Turns back late and throws the ball into traffic.
Great catch at the 26-yard line. Back to Woody Marks. Nowhere to go this time. Nice job by late substitution coming in for Penn State. And so the offense has to hold on until he gets to the sideline. Beeman coming in late. Second down, screen pass, blown up. Third down at 13. Penn State looking for a stop to prevent any damage from the interception. Yeah, Woody Marks almost took herself out of the play. 45-yard attempt, trying to take advantage of the interception to put points up. Lance with a kick. That's money. They got it working on the sideline too with a 17-3 lead. Biggest deficit Penn State's found themselves in so far this year. Let's see if Drew Aller now can pick up the Penn State offense. Deep drop over the middle on the run. Got Tyler Warren on the fly, and I think he got a first down. In the pistol set behind Drew Aller. He'll get the carry. And it's only gone for about a yard. Offensive and defensive lines, that's what they're working on at USC. Here's Katron with Warren out in front, but a nice open field tackle. Sneaking in behind was Jalen Smith. That looked like that was going to be a big gainer.
It did, but watch Anthony Lucas, the defensive end, take on this play and spill it outside right here. Lucas comes into the game. If you don't play physical football, you can't stop the run, and he did.
3rd and 7. Aller to Warren, and again drilled immediately as he hit by Akile Arnold. Tightening those gloves back inside the 20-yard line, hoping to get his hands on one of these. And he did, but has to have the fair catch around the 18-yard
line. Using them in different ways, not asking them to do something they can't do.
First down USC. Quentin Joyner, the touchdown scorer. Moss the play fake. And the throw. Little bit high, but catchable. Incomplete.
Well, here's the play for this offensive line. Can those edge rushers make a play for Penn State?
4 wide receiver group. Joyner now flushes out of the backfield on 3rd down and 7. Moss backpedaling. Throws on a crossing route to Lemon. He's not going to get to the first down marker. For Penn State, getting the football back, they'll have 2 timeouts to play with in a little over 6 minutes, or around 6 minutes in the quarter.
Oh, what a punt.
Tracy's got to backpedal all the way to the 20. Takes it there and is down immediately. Nice job by the special teams. Jalen Smith to get down there and make the tackle. First drive, they went 14 plays to get a field goal. Since then, only 61 yards, a couple of punts and a pick. This one is dropped. Second down and 10. Warren was in motion. Settles into the right side. A blitz coming. The throws to Warren. Broke a tackle. Tyler Warren covers the ball with both hands. Gets about 20 before they take him out of bounds.
It's pretty funny. USC was actually pointing to Tyler Warren. There he is right there. He's the guy. There he is. He's hidden right there in the slot. And then he goes out on a swing pass. Gets it to him. And then breaks a tackle.
And gets it to the 40-yard line. Back to the ground. Katron Allen for 3. Second down and 7 from the 42. Katron Allen weaving his way. 220-pounder out of Norfolk, Virginia. 3rd down in the yard. They're going to throw for it. They go to Warren. Who else? Tyler Warren. They can't bring him down. Tyler Warren might catch 20 balls before this game's over. Allen loaded up, wanted to go deep. Now he's going to run with it. And he's got a first down and more. Drew Aller all the way down to the 16-yard line. Nick Singleton in the backfield at the 15-yard line. Singleton. And nice job by the Trojan defense. They dropped him for a loss of Harrison Wallace, the motion man to the top of your screen. Second down and 11. Here comes the blitz. Aller steps up, throws to the corner. Just a little bit too far for Harrison Wallace. Play clock winding down. Just got the snap off. Aller throws on the run. Incomplete for the left-footed kicker to try to put 3 more on the board for Penn State. And it's up and good.
Penn State will receive the second half kickoff too, if you're wondering about our 3rd quarter. Zachariah Branch on the kick return. He got pelted at the 21-yard line. USC's got 1 timeout to work with. Miller Moss getting some pressure, throwing on the run. Nice throw and catch. Jacoby Lane. The 2-minute timeout will help USC here if they choose to work it that way with just one timeout left. 2nd down and 2.
I think they are going to run it down to the 2-minute. Remember, Penn State will get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Yep. They're going to snap it and get the completion. So they get a 2 for 1, a first down and the stoppage of the clock.
Nice.
That one, Mekhi Lemon. Moss, a toss out to Marks with blockers in front. Woody Marks made the move, still on the run. Woody Marks all the way down to the 30-yard line. Another big gainer for number 4. 135 and a half. Now it's Woody on the ground. Tom Allen's substitution defensively. A little chess game going on between the offense and the defensive coordinator of Penn State. Down to 50 seconds. Why they snap it. And Woody Marks. 1st and goal, USC.
I think Lincoln Riley may have.
He might have been right when he told me he was.
I'm not arguing with him.
Not anymore.
We got it.
Wow.
Right up the gut. Is there a flag on the play?
17-yard pickup.
Personal foul. Illegal low block. Offense, number 85.
In there as a receiver now to the bottom of the screen. Miller Moss, pressure coming from behind. Middle screen. Zachariah Branch trying to weave his way. Throws to the outside, and there it is out of bounds to Joyner at the 30. Michael Lance from 47. Yes, got it. And Penn State will let it go and bring it out to the 25-yard line. And an interception. Still looking for a touchdown. The Nittany Lions down the middle he goes, and that's a strike to Tyler Warren again on the 1st down. Withdrew in the backfield on 1st down. And it's Singleton. And a nice job by Lucas to wrap him up at the line of scrimmage. Stay ahead of the 3rd down. You don't have to worry about 3rd down. This is 2nd down and 9. Aller going to get hit as he throws, but he throws a beauty. And it's a 1st down to Harrison Wallace.
Yeah, look. Just a flick that time. The 6'5" Drew Aller. Bump and run coverage to the outside. Little stem inside. Just knocks down Greedy Vance on the play. Physical ball, but a perfect throw.
And a 19-yard pickup. Aller looking for more. Getting some heat. Throws on the run. Completes another 1st down. This time to Nick Singleton. So good looking drive for Penn State.
Said
as a receiver again with. And it's going to be a double pass. Aller loads, fires deep. Man, there is Warren. Got it. Touchdown, Penn State. Extra point coming up. We've seen a little bit of everything from Penn State's offense as Barker knocks in the extra point all over.
And all things considered, it covered pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of coverages that accounts for the center on the play.
So. Woody Marks met head on. No gain that time, maybe a loss. 4 receiver group for Miller Moss. Quick throw, catch, and breaking the tackle is Lemon. Mekhi Lemon. Marks stops, stutters, and Carter's got him again. But Miller Moss has been pretty clean so far. They're chasing him here, and he's got to throw it on the run and throw it away. Woody Marks comes in to flank Miller Moss in what was an empty backfield. Heat coming, might have a holding call.
Sure do.
And the throw is deuce on the loose, but it's coming back, I think.
Oh, here we go again.
3rd and 26 upcoming. Boy, what a huge difference in a couple of plays.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Call it on Alani Nola. 3rd and 26. They'll keep it on the ground to Woody Marks. Makes a move, gets back across midfield into the 48-yard line of Penn State. To punt, that is Zion Tracy. Inside the 10, low snap, handled. They came some pressure on the corner, but he got it away. And bounces perfectly for the Trojans inside the 10. 1st down, Penn State. I don't know if there was confusion there, but it's an option anyway, and only about a 2-yard gain for Singleton.
Yeah, Sam Green that time, number 44.
Bo Prabila and Drew Aller, and the throws to Singleton on the short. And they will, and they get the first down. Katron Allen needed a couple, got about 4. He was momentarily.
How do they have enough time to practice all this?
I don't know. Aller, off play action, fires deep middle, got a man wide open, and it's all the way down to the 49-yard line. Harrison Wallace, make it the 47. They fake the pitch. Aller fires, got Warren on the run. Tyler Warren trying to collar him. They do, but not till he gets to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a wheel route this time. Warren lines up at the H-back position, comes to the flat, and then down the sideline. If you got a good player, hard to take him away if you've got a play caller that says, I want to get it to my best guy.
So a 34-yard pickup, and now to the corner, and first and goal, Amari Evans.
How about this throw? Nobody's really attacked this secondary the way that Penn State is right now.
Katron Allen straight up the middle, got to the 1. I think that's it. Second down to goal. Allen straight up the middle, touchdown Nittany Lions. Up and good. Wosu's kick. Branch camps under it, 2 yards deep. Zachariah's going to bring it out. And they're going to drop him before he even gets to the 20-yard line. USC is going to try to change that right here with 4:37 to go. Moss down the middle. Oh, he almost threw it right to Abdul Carter. He actually did. He dropped it.
It would have been a good catch, but it was catchable. He does not. He drops this time from that position. Those are tough to see when you're a quarterback. You're looking behind him, and oh, that wasn't even a hard one.
No.
That would have hit him in the forehead.
Yep. And remember, he moved for the most part to defensive end this year from the linebacker spot where he was used to dropping like that. But he dropped that ball, and it would have been a huge turnover deep in USC territory.
He's that middle linebacker here.
Play fake, deep ball, and broken up, intended for Branch. Nice coverage by Zion Tracy back there.
Yep, good coverage, decent throw, but better coverage. Man-to-man coverage. They know that Miller Moss is a good zone throwing quarterback. They challenge it, and this time Tracy is right in phase and knocks it out of the hand.
Not to keep harping on it, but USC came in 4th in the Big Ten in third down percentage conversion at 52%.
Absolutely.
And they're 0 for today, 0 for 5. And this one's 3rd and 10. Here they come. Moss throws, and he got it there. Is it a first down?
Looks
Complete
short.
to Jacoby Lane.
Looks like he fell back.
Ooh, he got a good spot,
yes,
maybe.
Yes, he did. He might have.
Cam Miller in coverage.
Yeah, his knees were down when he caught it. So even though he fell back.
He got it.
Yes. You know, maybe in the NFL that would have been short, but here when he was touched, he was down because he had his knee down when he caught it. Big play by Miller Moss, again going to his right with the free rusher.
First down, blitz coming off the edge. He's in trouble, and down he goes, and it's Carter, his 4th of the year.
Well, this time I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right. It is Mason Murphy, right side, right tackle. Again, that speed rush gives him problems. And number 11, watch him turn on the Jets. Wow. Right there. Never touches him.
What a change of pace, huh?
Yes, it was.
Now, when you're wearing that number 11, that's something special over the years for Penn State. There's been some great players wear number 11, and he's another one. Second down and 14. Moss completes it, and that's Kyron Hudson. It'll make the third down a little more manageable. Number 11 putting some heat on again. Here's some of those 11s I was talking about. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Abdul Carter. It's a special number to wear. LeVar Arrington's son being recruited by Penn State.
I think Coach Franklin went to his high school game last night.
Yep. I don't know if he's as good as his daddy. It's hard to be, but he apparently is a blue chipper.
Get a scholarship offer from Penn State. Pretty good.
3rd down and 6. Woody Marks will flush out of the backfield. Moss has time, throws on a crossing route. Ow, and a nice stop made by Jalen Reed, or it would have been a first down.
Tracked him all the way. He knew where the down marker was, started deep, followed the crossing route on the play. Jalen Reed deep. He knows the ball is thrown short, and he comes up. A sure tackle is going to save it, and he doesn't.
Tried to throw a stiff arm out there, Makai Lemon, but it wasn't enough.
Got him by the back of the jersey, but obviously the way that tackle was, that's not a horse collar at all.
Eddie Czapleski will have to punt it away. Fair catch taken around the 16 by Tracy. So Penn State misspoke going to break. If they score on this trip, it wouldn't be the first time they led. It was 3-0 at the beginning of the game.
Oh.
But it's intercepted on the tip ball. Picked off.
Should not have done it, but a nice finish on that play by Easton Macarenas Arnold.
So Drew Aller comes in with 3 career interceptions, and he's got 2 today.
Both times he started out one way, turned back the other way to throw, both times picked off.
Miller Moss, to see if they go for the score after the turnover. They were thinking about it and intended for Lemon. Play clock winding down, 2nd down and 10. Back to the ground. Woody Marks only got about a yard or so. USC trying to take advantage of Drew Aller's interception. From the 22-yard line, they need to get to the 14 for a first down. Moss near side to Branch, incomplete.
Again, Moss tries to go back shoulder, feels that time Zachariah Branch is covered too well. Remember, Branch does not have the size to go up and go 50-50, so he's hoping he'll see the ball to the outside, stop and catch it.
Landed at the 4-yard line. Branch landed at the 3.
Give some credit to that Penn State defense. They went man-to-man. They went bumped and run, and they said, we're going to challenge these great receivers that USC does, and they came away with a win.
Lance has hit his other field goals today. This will be from 39 for the lead, and he's got it up and good, lighting the Olympic torch.
I think anytime you snap the ball with your tight end at the end man of the line of scrimmage, that takes the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think so. So Penn State down 3. Very true and very unlike Drew. Here's a shovel pass to Tyler Warren.
Four new players up front.
Straight ahead on the run is Katron Allen. First down at the 37. Full backfield. And a little jump cut by Katron Allen that time. In big number 71. In motion. Aller throws complete. Tyler Warren, first down and more, banging his way, still going across the 40-yard line.
And we got a late flag back here behind the play.
Aller in the slot, and a lot of motion and a false start.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Tom Brady would have got that call, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, right. Aller.
Back
Wide open.
Plays.
Warren, first and goal.
How can that be? The play before on the penalty, Tyler Warren is wide open for his 13th catch, and now his 14th catch, he's wide open again. I mean, the guy's good, but you got to kind of half cover him.
21 more yards. It's first and goal just inside the 10 at the 9. And straight up the middle is Nick Singleton. Second and goal, up to the line in a hurry. Down to the 5 goes Katron Allen. Drew Aller backpedaling. Crossing route. Tyler Warren stopped them at a 4-yard line.
There's their best player in that secondary, Kamari Ramsey again.
Left hash, the left foot. The kick is good. And Zachariah Branch will just let it go over his head. And the last meeting was in the Rose Bowl in 2017, 52-49 USC. Trojans with the ball back and a throwback to Woody Marks on the screen. And Woody down the sideline. Looks like he's going to get 10 before he's pushed out of bounds by Jalen Reed. Blitz coming. Marks runs by it. Got about 7 more. And that's after 134 last week. Here he is again. Woody Marks. Whoa, what a jump cut. Stop and go out to the 50. Pitch to Marks. Made one man miss. Another hesitation move. And he's got another first down. And Joyner ain't bad. He goes for about 3 or 4. Miller Moss directing traffic for the Trojans. Play clock down to 2. Moss loads, fires near side, just over the outstretched arms of Kyle Ford. Nittany Lions bring an extra man. Moss throws, caught. Deuce Robinson, who came back in after being in the tent, as Jenny told you. Number 4, Woody Marks back in there, gets the handle. Woody Marks still going down to the 5, inside the 5. Second and goal at the 5. Moss crossing route, touchdown USC, and it's Kyron Hudson.
What a route this time.
All important extra point by Lance is up and good. 6 combined field goals. It's a 7-point game with just under 6 to go in regulation play.
The 2 goal line stands, though, have played huge.
Penn State will bring it out to the 25. Tyler Warren joins him in the backfield. Who knows who's going to get the snap? And it's going to be Nick Singleton straight ahead for about 7. Empty backfield. Drew Aller throws a slant complete, first down across the 40.
And that's exactly what they did. They put Kamari Ramsey on Tyler Warren. Drew Aller looks up and says, you know what? I'm going to go slant the other way. Everybody's over there. I'll just take the slant.
Got it to the 41-yard line. 5 minutes to go. 4th quarter, and another good throw. Dinkins, the tight end, in there along with Warren. 2 tight end set. And falling ahead is Katron Allen for about 3.
Man-to-man all over the field. They're coming after Aller.
They'd give him time, though, and at the last moment, he's got to throw it deep and incomplete. Crowd making some noise again at the Coliseum. Aller, 4th down, steps up, fires deep, and it is caught.
Wow, what a play.
Julian Fleming and a first down, Penn State.
Had 2 drops earlier on easy ones, and he makes the tough catch. Big time call for Penn State. I would have punted it. Look at this. Good coverage. Great throw and a better catch.
17-yard pickup. Aller again to throw. Down the middle, and it's broken up. Tyler Warren had his hands on it. Aller, play fake. Pressure coming. He's hit as he throws. Incomplete.
Corner blitz that time.
Aller asking for it.
James Franklin called timeout prior to the play.
Needs 10 yards on 3rd down. Warren in motion. So is Aller to throw on the run. And almost picked off.
Big cushion at the top. USC wants to throw the slant and come up and make the tackle.
Here comes a blitz. Aller scrambles around, throws complete. They pick up another 4th down and 10, and now it's 1st and 10.
And they were 2 for 10 on 3rd down before that. Can they make them on 4th down?
First down at the 23. Drew Aller looking for more. He's going to run it. Aller.
Right there going up to make it 2nd and short.
Just inside the 15. Aller, number 15. Flares it out in the flat. Nick Singleton down the sideline. Touchdown, Penn State. And he's still perfect. Branch.
Oh, that
goes out of bounds.
Didn't go out.
Oh,
I don't think so.
No.
Went into the end zone.
I thought it was going to hit at about the 1 and go out.
Good kick for Penn State.
A lot of offense on both sides. 3 timeouts remaining for the Trojans. Blitz coming off the corner. Moss goes the other way, and it's Hudson again, just short of a first down.
Hudson's tapping his helmet. He wants out of the game. Wonder if he twisted his arm or hurt his shoulder. Bail coverage that time. Easy throw. Both these quarterbacks so accurate.
So Hudson goes out, and that means Deuce Robinson again could be a key factor. And Woody Marks, who's been a key factor all day, gets the first down.
No hurry for USC. Got the 2-minute timeout coming up in 15 seconds. You sure don't want to give the ball back to Drew Aller, do you?
Not at all. That's Michael Lance over there running his fingers through his hair, not worried about the kick yet. But if he's called on, he's capable of a long-range field goal. Miller Moss, pressure coming, throws, tips, broken up. Intended for Makai Lemon, and Cam Miller was right there with him.
Just think about the play calling in this game as you watch this tip pass. This Penn State front 4 had 7 sacks against Illinois. The last 3 years, they've had more sacks than anybody. But in this game, only 1 sack, and that guy is used to taking hits like that the whole season.
We've seen him 3 times, and he's had to pick himself up all 3 games several times. 2nd and 10. Moss, quick throw, got it complete, same guy, Lemon, first down at the midfield stripe.
Yep, again, when you play zone against Miller Moss, that ball comes out of his hands so quickly. He reads zone, boom, snap route. That's why they've been going so much bump and run to the outside.
A 14-yard pickup. Clock winding down near the 1.5-minute mark here. First down. USC just shaded into Penn State territory. At the 49. Woody Marks, cutback run, can't spin away this time. Lost a couple. Kobe King again, the middle linebacker.
That front that time, just enough penetration from that Penn State defense. Cade Eldridge goes in motion, but the blocks are defeated up front. Nowhere to go. Good job by Tony Rojas. His nest called to play. He's another one of those big linebackers. That time he stopped the run.
Down to a minute. Miller Moss taking his time. Throws complete, spin move, but not getting away is Jay Fair. Boy, he put a nice move on, but just couldn't keep his footing.
Same thing. Miller Moss notices the zone look out there, and he's going to go to that stop route. 3 timeouts for USC, and they're not using them. 27 seconds.
Wow.
I'd be using one right now. I'm surprised.
3rd down and 7. Remember, their field goal kicker is good from about 54 as his career long. Still the clock winding down, man.
I think
Timeout. Penn State.
Penn
State took it.
30-second
Yeah.
George timeout. 2nd and a half.
Tight end Eldridge in motion.
to help.
Miller Moss throws too high, intercepted by the Nittany Lions. Jalen Reed coming back the other way. And that ends that drive.
Yep, no chance, and the tip ball always bad.
At the 49-yard line of USC. Time for a play here. But timeout taken by the Trojans. I'd do some kind of hook and ladder and get it to Tyler Warren.
Well, he'll be involved some way.
Aller tiptoeing out of bounds at the 44-yard line as Liam Clifford. 2 seconds left.
Same thing's going to happen. They were going to go Hail Mary on the play before. Now it's a little closer. I think Drew could have got it there from either spot. Really insignificant, that throw. Here it comes.
Here it comes. 2 seconds left.
And Warren's right there. He'll be in the middle of it, won't he?
If Drew Aller has enough time to get it down there, he'll be in the mix.
Timeout again from USC.
Final play of regulation. Aller backpedaling. Now fires high and deep. It's not to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked off, coming back the other way. And out of bounds, and we go to overtime. Miller Moss going to go deep to the near sideline. Ooh, just over his intended receiver, Mekhi Lemon.
Zion Tracy that time on Lemon, playing physical down the field. Starts out on him. Oh, he got a grab there, and he got away with one, didn't he? Got away with one. We see the distorted jersey right there from the other angle. Very fortunate to get away with that one.
Second down and 10.
Help again. Right here.
Deuce Robinson, the biggest receiver, to the bottom of your screen there to keep it on the ground, and a loss of 5. Dennis Sutton.
Yeah, to deny Dennis Sutton, you circle 11. Yeah, he's tough. So is number 33 from the other side.
Boy, he just
come inside. He just
down.
Followed the tackle that time from behind.
And drops Woody Marks for a loss.
And those guys were geared up to rush the passer, and he goes, wait a second, my tackle's running away, I'll follow him.
Loss of 3, third down and 13.
They have to stay in field goal range. You got to put some points on the board.
Pressure coming on Moss again. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Intended for Jacoby Lane. Cam Miller was there defensively.
Miller Moss is arguing for pass interference. Jacoby Lane is throwing his helmet down. Let's see what happened at the end of it. Again, flashed out to the side. He says he got hit before the ball got there. Cam Miller, and he might have an argument.
Yep. Went right between his legs as he was draped all over.
Cannot catch that ball with a guy draped on you like that. Penn State gets away with 2 physical plays to the outside.
Michael Lance is hit from 45, 47, 39. This is from 45 again in overtime. And it's wide left. He missed it. Now a field goal could win it. Been perfect all day. That one never had a chance. Oh boy. And Penn State now knows what they need.
First down. Kind of get away with a tug on the jersey. Okay, second down, the good tackle for loss. And that really what pushed that USC offense back enough where they had to throw downfield, and then they get away with another one and miss the field goal.
Rabula in at quarterback. Tyler Warren's there with him. He's going to give it off. Only about a half-yard gain for Katron Allen if he got that.
And if you're SC, you just got to fight on, right? You got to play defense, force a field goal, and maybe they'll miss as well.
Second down and 10. You saw Ryan Barker on the sideline warming up the left footer. Penn State has changed up their field goal personnel due to some earlier season misfires. Now Aller back in at quarterback on second down and 10. And a shovel pass Tyler Warren backpedaling his way to the 22.
Not a lot of big gamble right here. Even if it's bobbled, it's an incomplete pass, okay? Give it to your best guy. If he drops it, it's not a fumble, it's an incomplete pass. Safe play.
Third down and 7.
Do they try to center this ball up for the field goal try? Sugar huddle here, they'll go up quick.
Blitz coming off the corner. Aller keeps it and gets it in the middle of the field.
Right in the middle. Mission accomplished. You need a field goal. You basically 3 safe plays. Quick sugar huddle. Aller's keeping this the whole way.
So that sets up Ryan Barker, redshirt freshman from Blandenburg, Pennsylvania. Made his debut last week and went 3 for 3.
Timeout, Lincoln Riley.
Let Barker think about it a little bit. Tyler Dzansky will snap it. Riley Thompson will hold it. And Ryan Barker will try to win it. From 36 yards for a Nittany Lion win. Got it. Penn State in overtime. Heartbreak for the Trojans again at the end.
Coach, it was a battle out there. How does 6-0 sound to you?
Yeah, we'll take it. 1-0. That's a very talented football team. We got tremendous respect for this university, this program. But we found a way to get a tough win on the road against one of the most talented rosters in the country. And what about Barker? Just becomes the starting kicker. Awesome.
How much confidence did you have in Barker out there?
A ton, but I'm I'm just so proud of him. Opportunity knocks, he took it. I'm just proud. Talk to him.
Congratulations on the win right here. Just real quick, what was going through your mind when you were out there?
Yeah, you know, all week during practice, we visualized these types of moments. So all I felt was how I'm ready to celebrate after I make it.
Ryan Barker, congratulations. A great win for Penn State.
Thank you.